This is an official strategy video for Project X, a Horde guild on the Drenden server. Note that all our strategies are based on 10-man raids and differ slightly from 25-man raiding. In this video we'll be reviewing Grobbulus, the second boss in the Construct Quarter. After you've downed Patchwork, continue down the hallway. Watch for the slimes that cross in front of you from left to right. They'll kill you instantly if you touch them. This is often called the Frogger event for obvious reasons. If you are lagging at all, it is sometimes best to get as close as you can to the rightmost one as you are going between them, just so that you don't accidentally get touched by one of them just due to lag. Once you get to Grobbulus's room, clear all the trash. They come in packs of 2. They also do a knockback and should be tanked with your back against the wall, but away from the raid so that they don't get knocked back as well. When he patrols down the ramp and into the center of the room, pull him to the right along the wall. Have the raid stay as close to the center of the room as possible while still being in range. The tank will be moving him throughout this entire encounter, and the raid will have to move along with him, but try to stay in the center and grouped up as much as possible. Grobbulus has approximately 2,900,000 hit points and has the following abilities. Poison Cloud. About every 15 seconds he drops a cloud that expands and will last about 75 seconds. They do roughly 2k nature damage per second to anyone that touches them. Every once in a while he'll do a slime spray in a cone in front of him for 45 yards. This does about 7k nature damage, and anyone hit by it will summon a fallout slime. In theory this should just be the tank, because the tank should be the only one in front of him. Fallout slimes do about 1k AoE nature damage every 2 seconds in a 10-yard radius and needs to be picked up by an off-tank and taken away from the raid. Mutating Injection. Roughly every 20 seconds he casts this on a random member of the raid. The frequency increases as his health drops. After 10 seconds it will do about 8,500 nature damage to the target and anyone standing within a 20-yard radius of the target. It will also drop a poison cloud wherever the target is standing. If this is cleansed, because it is a disease, it will do the same amount of damage the instant it is cleansed and still drop a cloud. So it's best not to cleanse these typically, because you'll be standing in the middle of the raid and everybody will take damage. Berserk. After 12 minutes of combat, he will enrage, and all his damage is increased. Because of the poison clouds, the tank has to move Grobbulus around the room. Otherwise, he'll be standing in several stacks of poison clouds and will quickly die. Because the clouds last 75 seconds, the tank has to slowly move him around the outer edge of the room, so that by the time he gets fully around the room, around the circle, then the poison clouds should have dissipated. It is best to keep the raid group toward the middle of the room so they are not hit by these poison clouds, because they do keep expanding and they get pretty big. No melee should ever be in front of him except the tank, so that there are no extra fallout slimes summoned. An off-tank needs to be ready to pick up any slimes and take them away from the group as soon as possible. If you get a mutating injection like I'm doing right here, just run behind the boss between the last 2 poison clouds. Sometimes you have to increase your spell visuals in the video settings to see them properly. Do not stand in a cloud, but go between them. Wait until you take damage and drop a cloud, then run back to the group. If done correctly, the tank should have already moved out of range, and the cloud created will dissipate by the time the circle is made. You just saw that I got selected again and ran again between two clouds, and then I keep passing other people who have also been selected, and they are just also going in between clouds. The key is to never drop a cloud anywhere that the tank will run into it, and not near the raid group. Never cleanse it unless you are 100% positive that you are in a safe spot and won't hurt anyone. The mutating injection will come quicker and quicker as the fight continues, so make sure to pay attention and move when necessary. Keep it up and you'll down him. Take your time. You have 12 minutes before he enrages. It's much more important to run out of the raid and not damage anyone than to do DPS during this fight. Unlike the previous boss, Patchwork, this is not a DPS race. This is all about movement and coordination. When Fallout slimes are summoned, you do want to switch targets and kill them, and have all your DPS target the slimes and kill it quickly. Once it's dead, then go back to the boss and DPS him again. We want to kill the slimes as quickly as possible because we don't want them adding up. That makes it harder on the off tank because he's going to be taking more damage, and the potential of the raid group taking damage. You see that I got the mutating injection yet once again, and I'm running in between the two poison clouds. And I actually go even further back along the wall just to make doubly sure that the poison cloud is out of the way for when the tank gets back, just on the off chance that it hasn't dissipated yet. If this is your tank's first time doing this, they might need to practice a little bit, because if you move him too quickly around the room, you'll encounter the poison clouds that haven't dissipated yet. If you move him too slowly, you'll get poisoned by the poison clouds he drops where he stands. So it really is just a matter of timing and routine and keeping up with all of that. You'll see two things right here. One person wasn't quick enough when moving, and I was not keeping up with the raid. So that in combination, I got hit right here for 10k, and then I got hit again by somebody else because I was too far away from the raid. But fortunately, Grobbulus was downed without me. And he's down. Thank you for watching.